We are tracking a cold front that is expected to bring rain and chilly temperatures to the area. Thanks for joining us online. I'm Marcelino Benito. Let's get right to meteorologist Pat Kavlin with the very latest on this front. Pat.
Yeah, the front's here. Check out the temperatures in Harris County right now. It's 65 degrees in Tomball. It's 86 degrees, 30 miles straight line distance away down at Hobby Airport. That's a 21 degree temperature difference in 30 miles. So if you live in Northwest Harris County, you know what I'm talking about if you're watching this right now. 68 for Cypress, 68 in Katy, 73 just down the road from Cypress in Jersey Village, 80 downtown still, and then again, still a big cluster of 80s as you get south and east of the city. That's the kind of temperature gradient that we're talking about with this cold front. Let's look at the numbers overall. I mean, this is like the color of the rainbow right behind me here. We've got 55 in College Station, 58 in Brenham. Actual air temperatures, that's the actual air temperature on the thermometer. It's still 80 at Bush, 86 Hobby, 84 Angleton, and 81 in Galveston. So the cold front is here. And by tonight, it is going to be a drastically different feel outside. In fact, look at how it is compared to just 24 hours ago. It's 18 degrees colder than this time yesterday in Katy, 23 degrees colder in Huntsville, 30 degrees colder in College Station, almost 30 degrees colder in Brenham. So everyone to the south of the front hanging on to those temperatures in the upper 80s, while behind that front, it is just a huge difference. And speaking of huge differences, look at this. Two different locations in the same state. You're talking about two different seasons. You go from winter in Perryton, that's right on the border of the Oklahoma Panhandle, is 29 degrees right now, down to 93 degrees down towards the border in Zapata. Now, we're not going to get into the 20s here. We'll bottom out in the 30s by the middle of the week for overnight temperatures, but still, what a huge 64 degree temperature difference all within the same state. So there's the cold front, that razor thin green line showing up on radar. It's not raining in most spots. There's a couple of very, very isolated fast showers on the back side of that line. All of this ahead of it, though, that's just noise on the radar. I had this sensitivity on the radar turned up so you can really clearly see that line. And as we zoom out, you can see where it kind of intersects there, dissecting Liberty County, going right through the middle of the city right now. And it's now south of the Southwest Freeway here. So it's south of Sugarland, south of El Campo. And this is going to keep pushing towards the coast here over the next few hours. Ahead of that front, winds are coming in from the south. Behind it, they are surging from the north, gusting at times upwards of 20 and 25 miles per hour, and that's the wind of change. 89 the high temperature today, just 1 degree shy of the record of 90 set back in 1991. Normal this time of year is 79. We won't be close to that all the way through the rest of the week. So it's a cloudy night coming up. We're not going to see too much rain, I think, until tomorrow. That's when showers starts coming to the forecast. Not talking about thunderstorms, just a plain old soaking rain at times. And it will be windy and cold as well. Winds gusting still around 20 to 30 miles per hour through tomorrow. Hour by hour this evening, grab a jacket, grab a sweater. Layers is the key if you're going to be out tonight. 70 at 6 p.m., 62 by 8 p.m., down to the 50s as we go on the air tonight at 10 o'clock. Again, those temperatures falling fast with cloudy and breezy conditions. Jumping ahead to Halloween, we are going to be dry for Halloween, so you won't need the rain gear for the kiddos. 58 for the afternoon, down to 52 by trick or treat time, but with the winds, it'll feel more like the 40s. So there's future track as we go through this evening. Again, rain chances pretty isolated, about a 20 to 30% chance for a few showers out there. By 10 o'clock, though, we're already in the 50s. Tomorrow morning, 7 a.m., widespread downpours, some areas of steady rainfall out there. 7 o'clock in the morning, temperatures in the 40s. Feeling more like the upper 30s. That rain continues here through lunchtime, so we really struggle to make it to that 50-degree mark. The rain should taper off by dinner time. Tuesday morning, couple showers at the coast. I think north of the city were mainly dry. It's a cool, raw start to the day. Breezy, so temperatures in the upper 40s, feeling more like the upper 30s. Watch this, though. By lunchtime, 1 to 2 o'clock, fast clearing from north to south. Sunshine north of the city. Clouds still hang on at the coast. But by trick-or-treat time, not a cloud in the sky. It's mild. I mean, it's still chilly out there. Temperatures around 60 degrees, but the temperatures fall once the sun goes down, and we drop back into the 50s with those feels-like temperatures again in the 40s with the wind. Good news, though, we are looking at mainly clear skies and dry conditions. So here's how the temperatures evolve over the next 12 hours by tomorrow morning. Air temperatures on the thermometer, again, in the 40s, but when you factor in that wind at 20 to 30 miles per hour, It's going to feel more like 39 in Conroe tomorrow morning, 35 in Huntsville, 37 in Tomball and Katy, 41 in the city, and even in the mid-40s down towards the coast. So those are the numbers that you are dressing for out the door tomorrow morning. We do stay cold here. Those morning temperatures in the 40s through Wednesday, upper 30s on Thursday morning. And then we flip a switch. We start to warm back to where we should be this time of year in the 50s to around 60 degrees. So there's the 7-day forecast. 51 is your high temperature for tomorrow. Again, with showers, feels more like 40 though with the wind. For your Halloween, it's a 20% shower chance in the morning and then a dry evening forecast. 60 for the high temperature on Wednesday with sunshine, 65 and sunny for your Thursday, and then mid-70s are back Friday and Saturday, all the way up to 80 degrees again by next Sunday. So a little bit of everything for everyone the next 7 days. Marcelino?
Life in Houston, Pat. Thank you so much. Charges have been filed against a man accused in the brutal stabbing death of a woman in Conroe. Miles Joseph Frederick is charged with murder. His bond has been set at $500,000. Police say he killed 52-year-old Talat Jehan Khan. Her body was found at a picnic table at an apartment complex on Mansion View Drive. Investigators say she'd been stabbed multiple times. No word yet on a possible motive. Our Troy Kless is working the story and at a vigil for Khan right now. He just spoke to her family and friends. He'll have the latest tonight on our news at 10. The 18-year-old accused in the murder of an 11-year-old Pasadena girl is due in court tomorrow. Juan Carlos Garcia Rodriguez is charged with capital murder. He's accused of killing Maria Gonzalez at her father's apartment back in August. Police say the girl was sexually assaulted before she was strangled to death. The United Nations says civil order is deteriorating in Gaza after weeks of bombardment from Israel. Dozens of Palestinian supporters in Houston again rallied on the steps of City Hall, calling for a ceasefire in the Mideast. Those ceasefire calls coming as Israel expands its ground attack in Gaza, saying its war with Hamas has reached a new stage. Tina Kraus has the latest from Tel Aviv.
Israel is expanding its battle against Hamas with tanks on the ground and more strikes from the sky. The death and destruction is widespread. Buildings in the Gaza Strip obliterated into nothing but rubble. Hospitals are flooded with Palestinian patients and forced to treat the injured outside. CBS News producer Marwan Al-Ghul is in Gaza and says the situation is desperate.
While I was driving in Gaza City North, I saw empty streets, but a lot of destructions everywhere.
Additional aid is now arriving in the Palestinian territory for the first time since the war began, but workers say it is desperately short of what's needed. Complicating matters, thousands of people have stormed UN warehouses in a frantic search for food and basic supplies. Israel's widening ground assault in Gaza has some Israelis fearing the worst for more than 200 hostages still trapped in the hands of Hamas. In Tel Aviv, demonstrators worry the captives could be killed in the crossfire.
I think it's the first priority to bring them back, even before destroying Gaza and Hamas.
She's ill.
Yafa Adar, whose 85-year-old grandmother was kidnapped by Hamas, is refusing to give up.
If I will stop hoping, then there's no reason to wake up in the morning, and I need to have this hope.
Hope for a bit of light after more than 3 weeks of darkness. Tina Kraus, CBS News, Tel Aviv.
Residents in Conroe, listen up. Entergy says power line upgrades will require the company to shut off your electricity periodically over the next few days. The project starts tomorrow and runs through November 5th. Officials say the outages will occur in stages each night except on Halloween. The outages will start about 8 p.m. and could last up to 8 hours. Individual customers should only be impacted once. And that's all for now, but we're available to you anytime and everywhere you go online. And if you're heading out tonight, remember to grab a jacket as our temperatures continue to drop this evening. Pat and I will be back with you with a lot more news and weather on KHOU 11 News at 10. We'll see you then.